I have built many different buildings in my farming village over the course of almost 400 days. And yet, this farming village has only one farm. That's why today I'll be completely transforming this land from bland and messy grassland into a land that holds everything I could ever need, from actual fields of crops to villagers that sell me food. By the end of today, everything will look brand new. And if we're gonna do this project right, we're gonna have to start by doing some terraforming. Ooh! Before that, actually, I gotta go fix up my pickaxe. This thing is low. Luckily, though, we can just make our way right over here to our creeper farm that we built in the last episode. There we go. Man, it really is so much better than that old zombie farm that we had. Now that we got this pickaxe all fixed up, we can actually go ahead and start planning out this area. That's a lie, actually. I gotta get some stone first. So we just simply make our way down here. And I mean, we really shouldn't need too much stone. So like, if we just mine a little bit here, a little bit there. After a while, we've collected all this. Well, with this area even more opened up and my pickaxe almost broken, as well as all these shulker boxes being filled, for the most part, I think we're able to call it good here. At least I hope so. Hopefully we're not going to need more materials than this, besides moss. Moss is going to be one thing that I'm going to need a lot of still. Let's go ahead and check the moss farm. I think I don't have this part set up. Yeah, this is going off like that. Hold on, we're just going to make a little adjustment. We have more than enough bone meal to keep this thing going. So now as this farm continues to go while we collect up a bunch of stuff, oh my goodness, yeah, there's actually, this thing's kind of backed up. I'll take all that moss. That's a pretty nice head start. There's just a lot of, hold on. How much moss is, oh, okay. That's insane. All right. I don't even know what to say. Why, how is there so much moss here? Honestly, I think we might have, the moss problem covered. I honestly have no clue what happened with this farm, but I think somehow, some way, I have managed to save myself a few hours of working on this video. All I know is I'm happy that it happened. I hope that farm breaks again. That'd be pretty nice. I could get a lot more moss. And perfect. Our pickaxes have been fixed. We'll see how long that lasts. And I just realized there's a few more things that I haven't quite gotten around to getting ready. Acacia trees, that's what I gotta collect a lot of, and I don't know if you've ever collected these, but they're not fun. They are not fun. I'm not exactly sure how many logs I'm going to need, but I imagine it's going to be, it's probably going to be a lot. Well, let's see. We're on day 374. Maybe we can get this done before 400 days. I think it's safe to say that I've collected all the trees around here that I could. The Lorax would not be very happy with me right now. But don't worry, we're gonna replant the trees. I can't just leave this place empty and barren. That and I need to come back to chop down more, so, you know, win-win situation. Hopefully we have enough materials for all this. Alright, it's time to start working on the landscaping of this place. I have to say, this is looking absolutely insane. It's actually coming up on day 400 now, so we took around 20 days to work on this, and the texturing still isn't done quite yet, but we're gonna do that a little bit later on. But for the moment, I want to go find a sulfur cave. I am exploring brand new chunks, so hopefully I can find one of these caves. I've never used these blocks in survival or even found the biome before, so this is all new to me. I have a vague idea of what I'm looking for. Actually, that's it. That's it. That's it exactly. It works just like lush caves. We just kind of dig our way down, I believe. Oh, hey, okay, there we go. It's not all under the water, and hey, look at these guys. I'm gonna be so honest, I do not care about you. Everybody calls you guys cute, but I don't see it. All I see is ugly. The only thing I care about over here is the actual blocks. And you know what? As much as I am feeling greedy and want to take all this sulfur, I think for the moment, this amount's just gonna have to work. And we'll come back for cinnabar when we need it. Ah, just in time for the sunrise. Oh, don't look at that. So there might be just a small part of the terraforming that is not quite finished yet, and realistically might not be done today. But you know, the only view that really matters is from inside of the valley. Yeah. That's the real one that matters. And in order to elevate that view even further, I started building the first structure of today. This building is going to serve the purpose of being a home for my farming villagers. This way I can not only trade for emeralds with the profits I get from the farm, but also get the amazing food source that is golden carrots. And you know me, I couldn't leave their house too boring. I had to add a tower in there as well. And you know what? I really like that. I went for a design with kind of a thatched roof. And with this being a farming village, I think that is just perfect. And honestly, we should have been having them beforehand, but you know, we lacked the sulfur. And since we're going to be moving villagers in there, I guess we might as well start with that now. Luckily, I already have some villagers ready up here and prepared. All right, there we go. Perfect. We got a little villager tower. Not exactly what I'm trying to go for, but I mean, pretty cool, right? I'm thinking fairly soon we're going to have to go around and just finish some of these interiors, because man, this isn't working for me. Probably should get a shield as well if I'm going to be doing this. And as it goes, the process was slow. But after they were done curing, I went ahead and transferred them over to the farmhouse, using some expertly placed rails. Very fine work, if I do say so myself. So, I got something to show you. I have done the inside of this building. Yes, the interior, it is complete. And I want to show you. Look at, hold on. I forgot something. So here is the interior of the farmhouse. I think I really cooked here. I can't lie. I think I did a pretty good job. I have villagers right here. Yes, you see. And then over here in what could be called the main area, we have a lot more details utilizing that open space to hold even more villagers. Probably my least favorite part of this place, though, has to be these honeycombs. The sounds coming from these things, you can probably hear them in the background. It's awful. I hate it. Although it is kind of funny seeing these guys jump up and down. Sometimes they'll sink. It's kind of funny, honestly. I love it. And I'll happily take these off your hands. Alright, buddy, I think you need to calm down. And you wouldn't believe it either, but not only is the downstairs completed, but so is the upstairs. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. I kind of like it. It's simple, but yet it works. Some would say basic, but what I say is it's a finished interior with quite the view, I might add. Now that I've shown you the beautiful interior of our farmhouse, I think it's time we continue working on this landscape, you know, getting a little bit built up by actually texturing this place, making it feel more finished rather than just a stone wall. I started out by adding more moss around the top, making it come down a little bit, to actually blend the land a little bit more rather than just having a hard edge at the top, and continued that blending down with mossy cobblestone, and cobblestone as well, while using tough and acacia logs towards the bottom for darker tones. As I got to the bigger parts of the cliff, I also added more highlights. This way it wasn't all doom and gloom, plus I just think it looks better. Honestly, I am just in awe. Oh man, do I love this. Bro, our town is starting to actually feel a little bit more done. Considering I went into today without really a plan of the actual landscape of this place, I think it's come along pretty nicely. One thing is, it does look a little barren. Before the end of today, we're gonna have to add some trees around here, as well as a bunch of grass. I think the only right move now is to start collecting more. We still have a whole farm to make over here. Now that the terraforming's done, we can move on from that. And move on we shall by adding 2 new buildings onto this farmland. Like everything else in this town, this farm also has a history. The land that this farm has been built on used to be multiple smaller farms. However, greed and profit led to conflicts between the 2 owners. So much of their time spent focusing on fighting, rather than tending to their crops. This led to both of their farms getting bought out, and combining anyways, but neither as the owner, with parts of these old farms still standing today, but slightly changed from their original designs. And yet, they are still standing, stronger than ever. Man, I can really just see this area coming together so much, so much. One thing that I do have like a little bit of an issue with is this windmill. The building it's connected to kind of throws me off a little bit. But whenever you make something that you're not the most happy with, you gotta give it a story. And that's why this is actually a repurposed silo. It used to hold grains of corn, but now it has been turned into a windmill because collecting the grain to feed the animals was no longer necessary. I have gone ahead and added a few details around the barn. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of coarse dirt and making the pathway look a little bit nice, as well as a bunch of hay. For the actual interior of this barn, I am not too sure of what I want to do. I know I want to make a wool farm today, so maybe we will incorporate that some way into the barn. Oh, perfect timing. You know what? We are going to use that barn as a wool farm. There we go. 16 observers. Let's see. How much can this get me at least? 10? That's not bad. Oh, wait. I have a few more string. Hold up, please. Maybe we have enough. We have exactly enough. All right, that's amazing. All right, let's see what we can do for this interior. And yeah, something like that, that's not too bad. I think it is missing just one little thing. We'll just simply add a few of these to make it feel a little bit more full. And there we go. I think that is, that's the interior of the barn done. At least the main part. Obviously, we have to add a few more things into here. I think simplest is probably the best. I think we'll just make it go right down here. Ooh, you know what? I have a pretty good idea for this place, actually. I think it'd be pretty cool if we use like a mixture of cobblestone, stone, and these other stone blocks as well, to give it the kind of, not really illusion, but like make it feel more like an actual basement. I'm gonna use cobblestone to start off with, but I'm gonna go back and change this up a little bit. And it might have taken a while, but with this, I have gathered all 16 colors of sheep. Yeah, this was, honestly wasn't too bad, but definitely a bit tedious, and now I get to cover them up and rethink my choices of using all this glass a little bit. And now with the most difficult thing being out the way, that being the sheep, I can now show you the final look of the cellar. Down here below the barn lies our new cellar. It's kind of given the vibe of a wine cellar, but there's no wine here. I swear. The reason I went for adding so many barrels in this place is not only for decoration, but also function. Because over here in this chest, we have all of the wool being collected from hoppers, giving me all the wool I could ever need. And what makes this even better is that the whole time we're going to be working on the rest of the farm, these sheep are going to be producing wool for us. And speaking of the farm, I think it's about time we put in a fence. What is going on over here? Is this even the same world? What is all this? Yo, Look at this. We have a whole new area. And let me tell you a little bit about this fence, actually. I used some of these walls. I still got to get a few more things. I want to put candles on top of these, but I need to make a string farm. And I obviously added this pathway as well, connecting up to the house and connecting up over here. The vision is coming together so beautifully. It's a little bit gloomy out at the moment, but we have completed all of the grass. Also, I just realized this is perfect for a horse height. That is unintentional, but honestly, that makes it all the more better. This tree specifically has got to be my favorite. I don't know, maybe it's the way it kind of leans. I kind of was going to do it the other way, but I ended up building it this way on accident. How does one do that on accident? Don't ask me. I do think the leaf placement could be a little bit better on this one. However, the one back there up on that hill, that might be my best one so far. And hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyways, though, what we need to do now is start work on the actual farms. We have this whole fence all the way around this place, as well as the buildings for the farm. But we need to actually start making the farm. Isn't that right? I forgot your name. Are you Gregory? I think this guy is Gregory. I want to have at least 4 different farms. One over there, one over there, one right here, and another right over there. For the one over here, I'm thinking we should go for something kind of different from your traditional Minecraft farm. I'm thinking we mix in some blocks. This is going to be, you got to hear me out on this. We're going to mix in some soil and some muddy mangrove roots to be able to give ourselves kind of a style of like ground that's been tilled, but not yet planted on, if that makes sense. All right. Yeah, I think something like that will work pretty nicely. Let's just see it from a little bit of a distance. Yeah, I kind of like that. Doesn't help that the rain started again. I don't know what's happening. Apparently it's rain season around here. But I think that looks pretty good. It's come to me. I've upgraded all my tools and stuff. I have all these netherite tools. And yet, I am missing a vital piece of equipment. I will still always hate Minecraft for adding these horrible things into the game. I know these have been around longer than it was the recipe just with the one like netherite ingot, but I will be salty to this day and forever into infinity. And there we go. Serious dedication. You know what? After looking at the farm a little bit more, I have decided I'm gonna have to go find that sniffer. But that should be relatively easy. We just grab some rockets. Hey, there we go. Okay, perfect. I remember when they first announced archaeology, and I was so excited for it. And now, oh, don't look at that. But I was so excited for archaeology, and when it finally came out, it was kind of underwhelming. I still enjoy the concept of archaeology. However, it just hasn't really been translated the best into Minecraft. And that might be on me. I got my hopes up a little bit for it. That's not me complaining about Minecraft or anything. I love this game. I just want it to be the best it can be. Even all these updates later, I still have yet to find a sniffer on my own. So this is going to be the first time I actually find one in survival. That being said, is if I actually can find one, but we're gonna believe now, aren't we? Nothing from this first place, so that means I guess I gotta continue looking. But you know, my luck's gotta get better, right? Bro, please, I just want the sniffer. That's gravel. That's not sand, and that's not what I'm looking for either. Yeah, just give me some more coal. Why would I want a sniffer egg when I can get coal? Yes, thank you, Minecraft. Yes, that's exactly what I've always wanted. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so amazing. I don't even know where it went. It was like a wooden hoe, wasn't it? Yeah, dude, I'm so glad I got that. You know, I made this netherite one earlier. But what I really wanted was the wooden hoe from this area. Thank you. Just thank you so much, Minecraft. Are you serious? Are you serious? I don't want that. That's the second one in a row, and I'm drowning again. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way. A third one. A third one. Where did it go? Where did it go? Minecraft. What are we doing? Genuinely, where did that go? Where did that go? I'm not crazy. That's the third one in a row. The first one was right there. The second one was like right here, and the third one was right there. Minecraft. What are we doing? Are we trying to say something? What are we trying to say? I swear, if I get another one of these at all through this exploration, bro, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. What do we got right here? No, please. Why, bro? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You know what? I don't even want the sniffer egg anymore. I'm just doing it for the fun now. You know, I don't even want it. Why would I want a stinky sniffer egg? That's just such a lame item. I don't even want it. You know, like it'd be cool or whatever if I were to get it, but like it's just not something that I even want. You know, because you know, like in what world would I spend like almost an hour of my time just looking for an egg to be found in the ocean? You know, like what kind of sense does that make, right? And only for detailing blocks as well. Like I don't even want it for the sniffer itself. You know, not saying that I do want it. If I wanted it, that is. But, you know, obviously I don't. I don't want you! Let me free! Bro, get out of my sight. I don't want that. It's not like I really care or anything. No, please, please. Leave me alone. Why am I getting so many of these? Why? If I get one more wooden hoe, video's over. That's it. That's it. That's end of series. It's just over. Are you serious? Obviously, I'm not actually done. Did I get you with that? Hello, my name is Creature Rampage, and I would like to formally resign from anything that ever has to do with archaeology ever again. Here's my resignation letter. That will be all. I will never be doing this archaeology again. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm really glad I decided to quit that job. Archaeology, you know, is a great profession, but not for me, and definitely not in the ocean. Okay, I've been staring at the wall of shame over here for a little while now, and I think I'm ready to get back to work. From now on, whenever I'm not sure what to do or I've done something I'm not proud of, I will look at this wall and remember, oh, it could be so much worse. So let's get back to work and continue doing these fields like I was meant to do oh so long ago. It seems my world is cursed with rain. Apparently, it really is the rainy season in my world. Besides that, we have the full farm area completed, besides that little section that I talked about earlier behind the house. But man, look at this area. It's kind of hard to see all the details from the ground area. I mean, you can see a lot of grass, all our crops are growing. We got our barn already. I still gotta maybe do a few more things on the interior of that one. But we have another farm over there that I added that I can show you, as well as this little cart here. I think this thing is pretty nice. I can just sit down here on the cart. If we had some horses, you know, maybe we could roll around this place. We can go over here a little bit to another field that I had made. And like I said before that I ended up not doing with this one, this was supposed to be a blank field. I actually did that over here, so we just have the kind of the area that's been tilled ready for the ground and all the crops to be planted. Over here I could bring you this way a little bit more. The pathways, we have some dandelions growing over here, some more bushes, a bunch of grass. You can see a little light underneath the tree, and the pathway continues down around the back of the barn to where we can chop down some wood. We have a bunch of just wood stacked up, ready to go, and you would use this log right here to whack. And this is just a little part to tie the area together a little bit more. But I think that's this farm area completed. I really like this place. I need a name for it. Let me know down below if you have a name for this place, Because honestly, I'm terrible with naming things. Help me out a little bit here. And you know what? We're still not quite to 500 days, and I think I want to go ahead and add this new building because the right here, it's been empty for a while. This used to be where I had all my trees for like my tree farm in quotations because that wasn't really a tree farm. But soon enough, we'll make an actual tree farm. And I want to get a house going right here and have a little bit of a farm as well, just to make this, you know, actually be filled up and make it a proper farming town. The new farmhouse in its full glory, and it is done. It just fits so well into like this spot as well as the rest of the town. Let me show you around the garden a little bit. Honestly, this is a technique that, like, after I built it over there, I have fallen in love with this. I love the idea of these as cabbages. So this place has a little bit of a cabbage patch, but it also has a few more things as well. I haven't added anything underneath this. I'm not sure if I will. I feel like something under here would look pretty good, but for the moment, I'm going to leave that empty. But I've also added one of these for the plants, and then a little melon farm over here as well. And I don't know what's happening, but my interior game is getting a little bit stronger, I would say. Like I said, a little bit. When will this joke get old? Never. Hey, look at this little part. Okay, as long as you ignore this section over here, look at this. You have a little painting with the wall trim, and then we have a bookshelf with like barrels, you know, in here for like shelves as well. I feel like this turned out pretty nicely. It's like installed into the wall, and I feel like that's really cool. It's a really cool, unique feature to this building alone, and it's a very cramped interior, but I feel like that makes it a bit more cozy. I can show you the upstairs floor as well, which is also kind of empty, but we have a bookshelf here as well, another one that's installed into the wall, and another bed just to be able to get to sleep. So, you know, whenever we're out and about and we decide to randomly stop inside of this house, I guess, you know, we could take a nap. You know, it works pretty nicely, as well as some other reading material this way, and you can even take a seat right here, grab a book, and look out the window at the amazing view. I realize now a lot of these houses don't really have the best views. This is a little bit better, but I would not be spending extra money on these views. And with today's episode, the expansion to our city has been absolutely insane. We've added 4 new buildings today, as well as a bunch of new farms, making this place feel just so much more like an actual farming village. But we're not quite done yet, and we have one last thing to do. Wooden hose upon the wall, give me luck to find the egg that has sunk. If you don't, here I say, catastrophe until this day. I don't really know what that means, but like, you know, hopefully that helps. If it wasn't obvious, we're gonna go try to find the sniffer egg again. This is a new structure. I haven't seen this. Well, new to me at least. I haven't seen this one before. What do we get? An emerald. No! No! Why? Why? Why do I keep getting these? Minecraft. No! Woo! No way. No way! Get out of my way! I finally found it! I finally found it! Get out of here! Bro, I've already found a wooden hoe as well. And I'm actually losing it. I found it! I found it! All this searching! I'm drowning right now, but I don't even care. Give me, there we go. Oh, my goodness. Finally, I've spent, let me see, I've spent over an hour, probably closer to an hour 30, trying to find this thing. Oh, that is beautiful. I only looked for this for cosmetic reasons. I only wanted the pitcher plant to look like a big potato. I'm so happy I got it. I mean, while I'm here, might as well get one last suspicious sand. Okay, you know, I don't want that. Let's get out of here. Oh, I just thought of something. If I want to breed these, if I want to get more sniffers eventually too, if I want to speed up the process, I'm gonna need to find another. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm actually dreading getting another one of these guys, but I feel like he is going to work so perfectly inside of this town. It's so beautiful as well. It's so beautiful. All right, good sir, good sir. I will make this place your home. How long does it take for these guys to hatch? Kind of forgot about this part. While waiting for the sniffer to hatch, I went ahead and added this last road that we needed to finally complete this episode. And the best part is that I have been looking forward to adding this road because of this tree, just the vibe of it overhanging over the pathway. I love that so much. And the pathway doesn't really go all that far. Eventually, we're going to have to expand even further that way, as well as adding a whole section of the town over here too, because at the moment, it is very one direction. It's kind of in a line at the moment, and we need to make it a little bit more spaced out. But, I think I see something over there. Look at this guy. In case you didn't know as well, this guy is my twin. Look at us. This might be a little dangerous, but look at us. This is my twin. We're both red and green. And I also forgot about having to wait for this little guy to grow up. So I think we're gonna wrap up the episode here. I'm gonna use those sniffer details in the next episode. Hopefully this guy doesn't get lost. I have a really bad track record of losing pets. And if you have enjoyed the episode and you've made it this far and you are new, maybe consider leaving a like and subscribing, because you know it does help out the channel. But thank you all for being here. I hope you have enjoyed. And until the next time, I have been Creature Rampage. Thank you for watching. Peace!